All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do got some news to get into today. We got quite a lot, actually. We got quite a lot of different stories. We got quite a lot of updates. And guys, I'm actually going to start off today. Let me go ahead and add that 5 over here. We're going to start off today getting into some true crime a little bit, right? And I know a lot of people that are watching over on the True Crime channel, they just think I disappeared. They're like, where you been, JB? We ain't seen you in a long time. Yeah, it's because there's no news. I'm not like the rest of these other true crime channels that just make up videos about cases when there is no news. You know what I mean? Bryan Kohberger case, which is one of the cases I mainly covered, there's been no news until now. So, just got back from Colorado and I missed the mountains. Luckily, it's been raining in Texas. Yeah, that ain't too bad. You know, like I said, when it comes to the true crime community, they'll just make up shit. They will find a way to do a 2, 3, 4 hour stream about a case with no updates. I'm not bullshitting you. I still see them motherfuckers doing Kohberger streams. That's like 2, 3 hours. I'm like, how the fuck you do a 2, 3 hour Kohberger stream and there's no Kohberger news? There's no Kohberger news. None of that shit makes sense to me. But hey, I guess if you got a grip, you're gonna grift. It is what it is. And people fall for that shit, so it is what it is. Not my business. Not my business. But guys, there is news with the Bryan Kohberger situation. Idaho quadruple murder suspect, Bryan Kohberger, demands huge change as lawyers say his chances of a fair trial are utterly corrupt. And I agree with this. Delphi the same way, exactly. I agree with this completely, by the way. I've been saying, but here's the thing. I don't think he can get a fair trial anywhere. But the reality of this is getting a fair trial in Moscow, where most of the employees either work for the government or the school. And these people are too close to the situation. And the way the mainstream media has went after Bryan Kohberger, there is no innocent until proven guilty with Bryan Kohberger. You look at majority of the opinions on the internet, you look at majority of the opinions in mainstream media. There's one of my favorite dudes. What's up, Savannah? How you doing? If you look at everybody, when it comes to the Kohberger case, very few of us are innocent until proven guilty. And I don't believe they've proven that Bryan Kohberger is guilty. I've said this many, many times. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm saying if you're going to give a motherfucker the death penalty, you need a lot more than what you're offering, the evidence than what you're offering. They practically lynched the guy. That's exactly right. And that is why I stand behind him and his defense team here. Quadruple homicide suspect Bryan Kohberger's attorneys have demanded a huge change before his trial starts next year. In a court filing made public Tuesday afternoon, and I'll get to that court filing here in just a second. Attorneys for the 29-year-old criminology student argue that the 3-month-long trial may be moved out of Moscow, Idaho, to the capital of Boise. I think they moved the Daybell case to Boise, if I remember right. They claim that their client's constitutional right to a fair trial would be utterly corrupted, which it is, if it were to take place in Latah County, where he allegedly murdered the 4 college motherfuckers. The lawyers cited extensive publicity that is ongoing and inflammatory. And let me explain, she has not gotten all the discovery yet. Absolutely not. Here's the truth about this. We have seen all the media coverage nationally about this. Can you imagine the local coverage when it comes to Bryan Kohberger? Can you, seriously, imagine living in Moscow, Idaho. Imagine living in Idaho. I would imagine that the case, that the coverage locally is massive. And of course, you know, there is a lynching. Everybody's got the pitchforks and shit. Because here's the number one thing. Here's why they have to think that way. Because what if Bryan Kohberger is not the guy? That means the guy's still there. Probably not still there. He probably left a long time ago. But imagine if they're wrong and Bryan Kohberger is not the killer. This whole city, this whole town is fucked. Not to mention Bryan Kohberger, when he comes back and sues for all the media outlets, the school, the fucking college, I mean the police force. When he comes back and sues the state of Moscow, it's going to destroy that town. He's going to own the motherfucker. So here's the truth. It is utterly corrupted, and they are going to try to convict him, period. Doesn't matter if they got enough evidence or not. They're going to throw everything at him that they could possibly do. Just like they're doing right now when they refuse to hand over Discovery. They refuse to hand over Discovery. The only reason you would refuse to hand over Discovery is if your evidence is corrupted. If you're doing everything on the up and up, you have no problem being open and honest, and that's just the way life goes. That's just the way life goes. So I agree with him about extensive coverage. I do think that they're 100% right there. The nearly 320-page filing notes that the media coverage began as soon as police found the 4 students dead, which is true, on King Road, and became extensive during an ensuing 6-week-long police investigation. Aside from traditional media, the story was covered in magazines, books, crime TV shows, podcasts, social media. Kohberger's subpoena attorneys wrote, which it has. So many goddamn YouTubers and everybody on social media already has Kohberger pegged, because a lot of these people don't care about the evidence. And a lot of these people don't understand the evidence. They have no clue whatsoever what touch DNA could mean. They have no clue whatsoever that touch DNA could be transferable. Like it's the easiest transferable DNA that there is. You know, there's been plenty of studies when it comes to this touch DNA. There's plenty of evidence when it comes to touch DNA. They've done studies where a group of like several people came into a room, and each of them had a cup sitting in front of them. They left the room, and each one of their DNA was found on other cups that they never even touched. Make that make sense. And besides, it's not hard at all to get touch DNA on an object. Just because you've touched an object sometime in the last 6 weeks doesn't mean that you were in the place where that object is at that very time. When we're talking about the phone pings, that cell phone tower covers a 27 square mile radius. And Kohberger's house is only like 8.8 miles from the Idaho house. He probably pings off the cell tower all the time. Just doing something simple like going down to Walmart and shit. That's why they say he's visited the area 12 times. Yeah, I'm sure he has. We've all visited areas 8 miles from our house several times over the last year. We've all pinged off cell towers 8 miles from our house several times in the last year. None of the evidence is solid. And here's how you ask yourself this. Does the knife sheath and / DNA put Kohberger at the scene of the crime? My answer is no, because touch DNA is not the same. It's not like his physical DNA, blood DNA, anything like that. Touch DNA is movable. The cell towers does not specifically put him at the scene of the crime. True story. And what other evidence did they have? There is none. There is none. There's no connection between him and the girls. There's no transferable DNA from them in his apartment, in his car, in his parents' house, nothing. They have nothing. They initially said it was a different year at launcher. And so far, what's up, Buckshot? There's no footage specifically showing his car. And apparently he has an alibi, and we'll see how tight this alibi is when they run phone or do all this, that he was at a completely different area in a completely different force. We'll see. We'll see if that all comes to play. What's up, Buckshot? How you doing? The publicity has been extremely pervasive in the small community of Latah County, wrote Ann Taylor. Remediations such as enlarging the jury pool will not cure the problem. That's exactly right. She went on to argue that Ada County, the largest in the state and home to the capital city, has more than 10 times as many potential jurors from Latah County and provides Kohberger with the best chance of getting an impartial jury, and I agree. She said Latah County is in all regards a nice, quaint, close-knit community, clearly, that sticks together, and that's completely true. What is there, like 30,000 people there and half of them go to the college? Mr. Kohberger has the right of presumption of innocence, and that's absolutely true. Let me give a shout out real quick to the beautiful Baya, who sent 60. She said, here's to my 60. You just turned 60, Baya? Hey. I hope I make it to be 60. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, happy birthday, Baya. She said, here's to my 60th. That is so awesome. Thank you so much. That is so awesome. Happy birthday, Baya. PSA, if you burn used coffee grounds mixed with lamp oil on it, will keep the cheaters away. There you go. I assume you mean skeeters. Zay, Kitty, and Chris Lynn. Hey, what's up, Summer? How you doing? So I agree. Obviously, Kohberger does have the right to a fair trial. And the only people that don't feel that way, like there's so many people that just wanted him to immediately have the death penalty. It's fucking stupid. Can't we at least convict him? Can we see some evidence? But people want this case over with. The witch hunt happens when you have cases like this. People grab their pitchforks and they're like, no, fuck this. That's why everybody is so mad about delays. Everybody, especially all these YouTubers who grift off the shit all day. The YouTubers that sit out here and grift off true crime stories all day, those motherfuckers, of course they want it to speed up. They want to get to the trial so they can run 8-hour streams of the trial all day. They don't really care about the outcome. They don't care about any of that. I do. I want Kohberger to have the fairest trial that we could possibly give him. MB says, I agree with Kohberger's defense team. I think he is innocent. Everything the state put on show was circumstantial. Exactly. Can't wait to see his team rip him to shreds when it goes to trial. Agreed. My perspective, however, very much so, I'm going to fix my tip jar here, is that I think however long it takes to get true justice, either for the victims or Kohberger or both, we need to take that time. We need to take that time. We don't need to rush this. Yes, I would like to see the trial. Just as a human, I would love to sit here and watch the Kohberger trial. 100%. 100%. However, what an amazing life so far. There you go, Baya. I'm glad too. 60. Still a youngster. Still a youngin'. At 60, you can still move them hips. And still a youngster. Miss Kitty says if AT doesn't get the state's evidence, the case should be thrown out. No, it's 100% it. If the state is going to hold back evidence that could get Kohberger off or look, man, I understand they want to win the case. But your job as a public servant is the public first. That includes Kohberger. And if you are just going to throw Kohberger to the wolves, then you as a public servant, someone, a state representative, you don't have, goddamn, the mowing grass. You're not doing your job properly if you're not caring about every citizen in your county, in your state, including Bryan Kohberger. Still could do doggy style, my friend. There we go. There was my type of chick. My type of chick. At my age, that's all I could do anymore. That's all I can do anymore. Beetlejuice says they should have kept the house and turned it into a Halloween attraction. I agree completely. MB says, I think state bungled so much during the initial investigation, just focusing on him. I don't think they will find the real culprits now. No, 100%. No, if they don't convict Kohberger, they're never going to find out who did it. They done focus too much attention on him. At this point, if they don't convict Kohberger, this crime will go unsolved. That's the truth. And by the way, I think if Kohberger did this shit, yeah, he should be put to death. I think he clearly should be put to death if he did this. But I don't believe he did this. Or at least you haven't provided me with enough evidence to believe it enough to where I think he should get the death penalty. Because that's where people forget what this case is. This is a case of sending someone to die. And in my opinion, I'm a firm believer in the death penalty. I'm a conservative. I believe eye for an eye. However, I think you got to be damn sure before you give someone the death penalty. Before you strap someone into that chair, which I know we don't do anymore, or you do the firing squad or the lethal injection, before you lethally inject the motherfucker, you better be 100% sure that they did it. You need to damn near have it on tape. But circumstantial evidence should never, ever, ever send a man to the death penalty. Ever. Because here's the truth. I would rather let 10 guilty motherfuckers go than convict and kill one innocent motherfucker. Do you see my point? So when you look at it from that standpoint, yeah, there's going to be people that are guilty that, of course, get away with crimes. But I would rather that happen than us convict, jail, or kill one innocent person. No person that didn't do it. Oh, later on, Baya, I hope you have a great one, beautiful. Thank you so much. Agree, the evidence shows thus far it doesn't show guilt. And I'm pro, yeah, exactly. And that's all I'm saying. Thank you, Baya. Have a great birthday, babe. If we're going to kill a man, we just need to be damn sure. That's just my perspective on all of this. Defense attorneys, oh shit, hold on just a second. God damn it. Defense attorneys also argued that logistics warrant the trial to the Ada County Courthouse in Boise, where the high-profile trials of Doomsday Mom Lori Vallow and Daybell were held. The size of the courtroom has adequate space, which makes sense because there's going to be a lot of media there, right? There's going to be a lot of media. I'm glad you feel about this, the way about circumstantial and death penalty. Yeah. I'm glad you feel about it. Because look, man, look. I think we're all in agreement. No innocent people deserve to be put to death. And you can't just put someone to death on a hunch. You know what I mean? Kind of like if you're going to divorce your wife and shit for cheating, shouldn't you have some evidence that the bitch cheated? And think about it, that's something small in comparison to killing someone. I didn't steal those Funyuns from the gas station. There you go. I just think, and listen, as someone that's on the internet, and I've done this show now for 18 years, as someone that's been around, and seen the way people will jump and accept any rumor out there. Said Idaho State University is tuning that Idaho 4 trial. Yeah. I know how quickly I see a rumor get started or a public opinion get started and people jump right on it. What's up, Brian? You know what I mean? If someone said tomorrow, I've got proof that thejbgunner sucks dick, most of you, the way society is, they would just start spreading the rumor. It's running the Idaho. I agree. And that would become the new rumor. thejbgunner's a fag and sucks dick. And they would never have to show the evidence at all. They could just come out and say, I can't show that evidence, we're on YouTube. And people are like, that's a good point. He must have the evidence. The internet's full of fucking nut jobs that believe anything they hear. And so is society. Society's like, hold on, the cops said Bryan Kohberger killed this person? These people? Put him to death. Kill him. Nobody's actually, very few people are actually saying, can we see the proof? Can we see the discovery? Can we see the evidence? OFC Santa is moving the case. He doesn't care who gets convicted at this point, I think, or he's got no choice but to stick to his guns. No, I agree completely. But I don't know if you guys know, but that's just the way society is now. Nobody has to show and prove anymore. Especially on the internet and just the way our society... Look, you ever seen a case that, for instance, if I could do a story right now, and if that story goes viral, that's what everybody thinks. And I could have been wrong, and the next day I do a retraction. Most people never see that retraction. Do you see what I'm saying? I'll give you the perfect example. Remember how last week a lot of people believed that, or was it earlier this week? I think it was earlier this week. That what's his name? Died, the fucking president? Not Biden. No, I don't watch none of those people, Kitty. I don't watch you true crime YouTubers at all. The only one I even partially watch is Harsh. I don't watch any true crime YouTubers. I just don't. I hate them all. I think they all suck. I think they all suck. But yeah, what's his name from Georgia? People said he died. And then there was a correction immediately, but no one saw that. So I guarantee you there's Pete Carter. Guarantee there's people still walking around saying, you know, Jimmy Carter died? Yeah, guarantee you. Guarantee you there's people still walking around today saying, do you know that Jimmy Carter died? Even though almost immediately the correction was out there and it was shown that it was a scam. It was wrong. It was a, hoax. Yeah, no, I like Harsh. Harsh is good. But I'm gonna be honest, most true crimers to me are boring as fuck. Other than the initial case when it first comes out. I'm just gonna be honest. And I'm gonna be also honest. I feel like a lot of true crimers are a bunch of cat ladies. And I feel like everybody is liberal in the whole fucking community. And I think there's a lot of issues with it. I think that most true crimers, both YouTubers and audience, are people that I think in real life, if I was around, I'd smack the shit out of. I can't handle most of them. What's up, username? And I'm saying most of them, not all of them, just most of them. Most of them are fat bitches sitting at home on their couch, nosy as fuck. And then the content creators are a whole different breed of motherfuckers. Everybody's got these different theories. It's everywhere. People are too lazy to find truth. Yeah. And the content creators, they have to keep cooking up content. So they're gonna look, man. It becomes repetitive. And to be honest, the only way to actually navigate that place and make good money doing it is to come up with different theories every day. You see what I'm saying? You just giving your straight answer doesn't really work because they want to hear new theories. JB, did you hear about the tunnels under the house? The clown said it. There was no tunnels under the house that went into the house. Carter refused to die. No, I agree. Biden might die before Carter, actually. Yeah. But no, I typically don't watch the channels. You know, most of them, though. There's a couple I like. Grizzly, I liked. And Harsh. Got to get a spirit box, exactly. KD, what's going on? But let me tell you something. Whenever someone has to continue to make up news to have their channel be successful, in a world where news doesn't happen every day, how can you trust it? How can you trust people still making 2-3 videos about Bryan Kohberger every single day in 2024? How can you trust them? You know they're just making shit up. You know what I mean? You know it's just a grift at that point. I'll give little JLR some credit. At least that motherfucker covers a bunch of different shit. Like that little motherfucker's got energy out of this world. I don't know where that little cocksucker gets his energy from. He's beyond energetic. But at least he covers other shit. Like the fucking, you know, he covers other shit. Time Suck is really good, but it's true crime and a lot of other topics. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the truth though, Sabrina. I don't watch a lot of other YouTubers, man. I watch a lot of YouTube. But a lot of times I'm watching news, like actual news. And when it comes to YouTubers, majority of the YouTubers I watch are wrestling. Tunnels, the Ninja Turtles, WWE wrestlers, Spirit Box, exactly. All that shit's laughable. 100%. 99% of the YouTubers I watch are, if it's another YouTuber, is wrestling related. Well, I listen to a lot of podcasts and shit. Tim Pool, I watch him. But in general, yeah, JLR is all over the place. Yeah, no. As the true crime community, I'm subscribed to them, so I see, like, one of the best things I like about them is I'll see their headline or the name of one of their streams. Yeah, I don't like comedians. But that's something a lot of people don't understand. I don't like funny shit. I wish Corny wasn't so political. Wasn't so political. Oh yeah, no, I hear you there. No, I love Cornette, but he trips me out when he does what he does. Listen, this may sound crazy. I don't watch comedy movies. I don't like my YouTubers to be overly comedic. Some people like it. And I imagine. I'm a horror guy. You know what I mean? I don't find too many comedians funny. To be honest. Like, I'm more of a serious guy than people take me for. I'm just to be honest. I swear these pro Kamala ads are going into overdrive. Yeah, they are. But no, it's like, yeah, I don't do action and I don't do a lot of comedy. Very much so a horror movie guy. That's probably why I do like true crime. Because I kind of root for the bad guys. I know that sounds crazy, but I look at all this as entertainment, typically. But I'm more of a documentary guy. I like watching historical documentaries. You might like him. He has a horror podcast too called Scared to Death. Yeah, I might like that. Yeah. Here's the truth though. I don't have a lot of time to watch other YouTubers. I'm working almost even when you guys aren't seeing videos, trust me, I'm working. And my podcast list is pretty full. I might check him out, though. I might check him out. I definitely might. But anyway, getting back to this, we will get back to this. Now, obviously, they've talked about it.
This is Bryan Kohberger.
Kohberger defense files for change of venue. Why do you think Trump postponed the debate? I don't know. I guess we'll get into that in a little bit. Trump, I think, more than likely postponed it just to fuck with Kamala Harris to get her to agree to the Fox debate. I think he postponed it to get her to agree to the Fox debate as well, and then I think he'll do it. I am baffled there are so many ignorant people, but I know that now. Yeah, no doubt. His name is Dan Cummins. That's cool. That's cool. No, the true crime community is a dumpster fire. Look, man, it's just the court TV watchers, man, and and I don't blame them. I get it. For the same reason we watch shit like 48 Hours, things like that. I get it. But you know what I've noticed in the true crime community? They want to do backgrounds on everybody. They are suspicious that everybody's a criminal. Content creators, people in the comment section, shit like that. You know how many people has ran my background check and tried to talk about me? And I'm like, bro, like my commentary pissed you off that much? But no, they're gung-ho on finding out any kind of dirt on not just the content creators, not just the people on trial in the cases, but content creators, the fucking chatters. I'm like, man, like I've never seen anything like it. And then when you look into the community, I guess they call it crama now. It's just a bunch of fat bitches. That's all it is. Like there's literally a bunch of these whores. Like, we're gonna expose JB for being racist. I'm a bitch. I am racist. Yeah, you gonna expose me for being racist when I tell you on my show I'm motherfucking racist? I'm like, I thought you bitches were supposed to be doing true crime and shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, I thought you whores were supposed to be doing true crime. We are. We're gonna expose that you're racist. Here, let me save you the research. I am racist. Now what? Them stupid whores. Yeah, it did make me laugh, Jack. Yeah, of course they just make shit up and be Karens. No, it's crazy. Like that, you know, the longer you're on this platform and the longer you deal with certain communities, you're like, look, man, I learned a lot about each community I was in. I learned a lot about the manosphere when I was in the manosphere. Them fucking nut jobs, losers, dry dick sacks of shit. I learned a lot about them. True crime community, I learned plenty about them. And it doesn't matter what community you go to. If you go to the gaming community, you learn a lot about them motherfuckers. Them motherfuckers got their problems too. No matter what community you're in, it's just got you see the entirety of the sack of shits that's out there. And the way YouTube is, and entertainment in general, it makes people entitled that they should know about you. No, you should know about JB Gunner. That's what I present to you. John Gunner Collins is none of your goddamn business. Man, you think you know a guy. Exactly, Rebel. He says, wait, JB is racist? How am I just learning this now after 7 years? Man, you think you know a guy. Exactly. But no, people feel entitled to like your real life and shit. People feel entitled to that shit. Instead of just appreciating when you give them a chunk of your real life, people are really entitled. Grandma always said, the one who stirs the stiff shit. Yeah, exactly. And then there's no charitable opinions at all. You see what I'm saying? Like, you could tell a motherfucker, I eat hot sauce on everything. And you know what they'll say? They'll have something negative to say about you eating hot sauce on everything. How do you like your coffee, JB? Very, very little creamer. 2 sugars, well, sweeteners. Then they'll go into how the sweeteners got aspartame and all kinds. Do you see what I'm saying? No matter what you say. What kind of headset you got on, JB? Task cams? Well, do you know there's this, those are garbage? Here's the better ones. Like, it's wild shit. It is the wildest shit in the world. The internet is one of the goofiest fucking places in the world. What you drinking, JB? Jameson? Well, do you know that the XYZ is better than Jameson? Man, shut your bitch ass up. It doesn't matter what it is. It does not matter. Does not matter. There you go, buckshot. And now it's a million different things you're gonna get in also shit like that. Exactly. You eat Louisiana hot sauce, Texas Pete's. You're gonna get it also. These people are fucking nut jobs. These people are fucking nut jobs. And all they are, and here's the thing, is none of those people. And let me tell you something about those people. They are so scared of you knowing about them. Why do you think the YouTube community uses the word dox so much? It's a serious thing. They want to criticize and know everything about you. But the minute you dig into them, they're like, JB's doxing us. Hold on, bro. Ain't you been talking about me for however long? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. What are you drinking, JB? A bottle of water? Did you know there's traces of fluoride? Yes. No, that's the point. Majority of those people that do all that bullshit, they're scared to death of being doxxed. They're scared. They will criticize you to the fullest. They will background check you to the fullest. They will SWAT you, welfare check you to the fullest. But they are scared to death of you knowing a single thing about their life. True story. What's up, Robert? How you doing? That's why I don't like a lot of these communities. What are you wearing, JB? Exactly. Wild shit. Let's get back to this.
Bryan Kohberger.
The trial date is now finally set, but the battle to move his trial out of town.
If you deny a change of venue, Mr. Kohberger's constitutional right to a fair trial is denied.
Still wages on. Now, in a new court filing, Bryan Kohberger's attorneys argue that Latah County has been utterly corrupted by press coverage, making it one of those rare cases that requires a change in venue. Kohberger is charged with the murders of Madison Mogen, Kayla Gonsalves, Xander Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, 4 University of Idaho students found fatally stabbed in their off-campus home in November of 2022. Prosecutors say the trial, currently set for summer 2025, should stay in Latah County, where the killings took place.
We at least owe the people of Latah County the attempt to seat a jury here first, and not just rely on there's been a lot of publicity. There's been a lot of publicity everywhere.
But Kohberger's attorneys argue that the Latah County jury pool is prejudiced by extensive publicity that's ongoing and inflammatory.
Right now, he's being held to have a trial in a county that believes that he is guilty.
The defense, citing a survey they conducted, finding 70% of locals have already formed a guilty opinion of Kohberger, arguing the trial should be held in Idaho's largest county, in Boise. But the state is pushing back.
It's not Moscow, it's not Latah County, it's everywhere. So I don't think that a change of venue is going to solve any of these problems.
Overnight, an attorney for Kaylee Gonsalves' family saying they believe it's a no-brainer to keep the case in Latah County.
It would be an incredible hardship on all of the family and friends that are going to be attending this.
He is cranky to me.
The witnesses, the prosecution, the defense, everyone has to move the
I think
entire
the defense
case
is right, man.
6 hours away.
All right, Laura, so let's talk
I think
about
the defense
odds.
is
What's
right.
the likelihood that this case actually does end up being moved?
Yeah,
I think
it
it's
is
pretty
100%.
high. I've talked to
Yes.
even prosecutors down there, and they've said, look, the issue is that the community is so tight that the jury pool is going to know somebody who knows somebody who knows
Me
somebody.
too,
We're
bro.
talking about the difference between over 500,000 residents
Exactly,
in
KD.
Boise versus 40,000 people in the community that we're facing here. And so even though media attention has been national, I think that's the real issue you're going to see in front of the judge.
All right, Laura, thank you.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific.
Look, man, I think moving the trial is the best thing. I think moving the trial is definitely the best thing. I don't think he's going to get a fair trial no matter what. No matter what. I just don't see how it's even possible at all. Hold on just a second. Let's see here. No, I mean, I believe he's in it. Oh, let me just say this. Yeah, you got to move it as far from that university. Whether he is guilty or not guilty, I haven't seen enough evidence that makes him guilty. But I do think the media paints him as guilty. This is a man's life on the line. We do got a couple documents to go over here. Defendant's witness and exhibit list for motion for change of venue. Comes now Bryan Kohberger by and through his attorneys of record will call the following witnesses and intends on offering the following as evidence at the motion for change of venue hearing on August 29th. That's on my birthday. So we got Brian Edelman, PhD, James Todd Murphy, I don't know who that is, Imani L. whatever, PhD, and then Dr. Veronica Dahir. They're going to show press releases, declaration from Dr. Edelman, and okay, TrueScope infographics and CV of Todd Murphy, affidavit by Scott. So they are bringing evidence to this motherfucker. What's up, Will? They are bringing evidence to this motherfucker. Well, at least witnesses. That's the best way to probably put it. Memorandum in support of motion to change venue. Comes now Bryan Kohberger by and through his attorneys of record. Oh, this is the 319 pages. This is what this all is. Here's all the evidence, press releases, all this. That's 319. That's a lot of fucking pages, man. Look at this shit. That is a lot of pages. Holy shit. Holy shit. These motherfuckers put in. That's a lot of shit. They got volume of media coverage over time. Oh yeah, they put in some work on this shit. They have put in some work on it. This 319 pages of shit. Yeah, that's big. Kohberger going to fire his attorneys 1 month or two before the court date so he can put them in chaos. Yeah, that could be. Stipulated motion to steal exhibits. And that comes now Bryan C. Kohberger by and through his attorneys of record. And with a no objective from prosecutors hereby moves for this court a temporary seal portions exhibits to the memorandum in support of motion to change venue. The portions of the exhibits to be sealed, why they love sealing all this shit from us, or contain the USB flash drive that was hand delivered on 7/20. Okay. Parties agreed that the sealed portions of the exhibits will be utilized in open court on August 29th. So we will hear what those sealed exhibits are. Whipple Jack says the prosecution doesn't care if he's guilty or not, because if he is innocent, it means they have no lead. Exactly. 100% agreed. 100% agreed. last order sealing exhibits. So the court then sealed the exhibits. So the whole Kohberger thing, man, the whole Kohberger thing I think is big. I do think he'll get changed of venue. But the part of me doesn't know. I kind of think the judge likes the attention. If they refuse change of venue, Kohberger's cooked. If they refuse to change a venue, that means this judge, this court, this prosecutor, everybody, they're so wrapped up in the media coverage, they love the attention. They're not going to let it, they care more about their attention than Kohberger receiving a fair trial. And if that happens, and that, on August 29th, my birthday, if they say no change of venue, I predict they will absolutely convict Bryan Kohberger. Absolutely convict him. I'm just wondering if he is indicted, not convicted yet, if he can still study and obtain more degrees. Oh yeah, he can do that. I guarantee you he's in there doing some sort of schooling right now. You can get degrees and shit. You can do all that from the county and prison. So I would like to hope that he's allowed to be in there studying. But I'll be honest, as smart as Kohberger is, he's probably in there studying that law library. That's probably all he's doing. Bryan Kohberger is probably spending all of his time in the law library. Because looking at him, he doesn't look like he's like getting bigger. So I don't think he's working out. He doesn't seem like the sports guy, you know, necessarily. What's up, Brass, man? Thank you so much for earlier, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So like when I'm seeing Kohberger, I don't see him in that realm. I could be wrong though. I personally think Kohberger's, you know, he's probably putting in a lot of time in the law library. All right, we got the Kohberger story done. That took a little bit. We are at the hour point. First song I see, first song I play. It's going to be a long show, ladies and gentlemen. I got a lot of news, but he's only in county, right? Yeah, no, you don't go to prison. Oh, here's the thing. Yeah, you're not supposed to go to prison until you're convicted, unless you're the Delphi guy, unless you're Richard Allen in Delphi. Richard Allen in Delphi is being held at Wabash Penitentiary before he was convicted. And before that, he was in Westville. These are two prisons. He already has a 4-year degree. He can do law school from jail. Yeah, exactly. And no, he can continue with studies. I don't know if that particular jail offers him that ability, but if he has a laptop, if he has access to a laptop, he can do some sort of college virtually. High-profile case, they probably have him relatively separated from Gen Pop, and being in a small, quiet town in Idaho, not likely. No, I agree. No, I agree completely. I think Rick Allen wanted the prison, said he was safer. No, hell no, he didn't want that motherfucker. Why would he want to go? Do you realize how far Westville was from his family? Do you realize how far Wabash is from his family? No, man, they wanted to, no. No, Richard Allen did not want to go to prison like that. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I will say this, though. As someone that's been to both, I'm going to tell you guys straight up. Prison is better than jail. Prison is way better than the county. No, I know you changed facilities. I've been in both facilities he was in. I've been in Westville Correctional, and I've been in Wabash Valley. Those are the two facilities he's been in, the two prisons he's been in Indiana. I've been in both. Maybe he wasn't in agreement. I stopped paying so much attention. No, I've been paying attention to the whole thing. The county itself in Delphi didn't want him there. There was too much drama. There was too much shit. They said, was someone charged with what he's charged with? They want him somewhere else. And look, I've never seen it happen ever before. I don't even see how they're legally getting away with it. Sending a person to prison to be housed when they're not guilty. How were those places? They sucked. It was prison. I mean, it sucked. Westville is one of the most violent prison facilities in the Midwest. Westville Correctional Facilities is what we like to call gladiator prisons. The gladiator block. You keep your shoes on at all times. Westville Correctional, there's only one prison in Indianapolis or in Indiana more dangerous than Westville, and that's called Michigan City. Yeah. Michigan City is the state prison. Westville Correctional is for violent criminals. And Wabash is known for the shoe. Wabash Valley is known for the shoe. Essentially, it's where you can isolate people the most. Take the bar from jail and represent himself. Yeah. Basically, that's what Wabash is. Wabash is a maximum security prison, level 4. Don't take the free Snicker bars in prison. Exactly. Yep. But they have the most isolation. Like gin pop. There's not a whole lot of gin pop in Wabash Valley. Very, very solitude. A lot of solitude in Wabash Valley. Michigan City and Westville. Michigan City has Michigan City, which that's not where he was. They have literally the barred cells. Westville is more open door. Westville is like being in a college of criminals, like in a college dorm of dangerous people. Fights every day. Stabbings every day. Every day in Westville. There is no days off in Westville at all. Or in Pendleton. Yeah, I know too much about that shit.